Hey guys, what's up everyone? Welcome to Young Tide World. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today on Roadside Reviews, we're going to be talking about anxiety, depression, ADHD, all of that good stuff. Now, granted, I've not talked about this in a while, mainly because it's never been an issue that I have had to reckon with, if I'm being honest, I don't have that much detail when it comes to this particular topic. When dealing with depression, when facing all of the quirks that come with having an ADHD brain, or even having that anxious feeling every time you have to do something, or every time you have to be somewhere, or even help somebody. It's all something that I'm not necessarily new to, but I handle it a whole lot differently. When I'm anxious or when I'm scared or when I don't know what to do, my brain kind of shuts down in that moment, and maybe in those moments I can be considered the dumbest person on planet Earth. And ironically, or at least on the flip side, I hate myself when that happens. It's almost as if I want to be perfect at every point of time in my life, regardless of emotion. And whilst I do acknowledge there are some stoic people that exist in society, the only stoic I can be is when I choose not to respond. The strength in my stoicism only rests in the fact that I'm quiet. So silence is my best defender. But if you expect me to respond during times where I'm anxious or depressed, or my ADHD brain decides to give myself much more of a chance, I'm gonna fuck it up all the way to summer and back. But, you see, that's the thing. I don't know if I have anxiety or depression or ADHD. In most instances, I'm going to have to pretend like I don't have it, or I have to pretend like I do have it. I don't know which one. I don't know if I even have it or not, And the worst part about thinking about that is that if it's true that I do have it, it means that all this time that everyone has been so unfair to me, every time someone made a very snide comment or was very rude to me about how I reacted in a certain way, has been completely unjustified. And the way that my parents have treated me, the way my peers have treated me, the way my entire life has treated me has been completely unfair and completely just devastating, to have to go through all of that, even though in every sense of the word, I did not deserve that, And if it's false, that means I've been carrying around a cross that was never mine. I was pretending that the reason why I acted stupidly, I made a wrong decision, I did something bad, it's all because of just me having a stupid brain. I don't get to cry with the rest of the people, because it's not the fact that I had a struggling childhood that shifted me into a Great Depression, or I had something that was so traumatic happen to me and I turned into the worst person possible. I was just a terrible human being. Those are two sides of a coin that I'm flipping right now. And when we get to that point where either they're able to diagnose or just, realize that, okay, you have a completely normal brain, you've been walking around playing victim this whole time when you are completely fine, it's not cool, It's like those guys who, pretend that they have autism, or they pretend that they have, a certain disease or sickness just so that they can get sympathy from people or get a couple of follows on their YouTube channel. That is what I'm scared of. It's I don't even know whether all these things that I'm going through is everyone's ordeal. So when I'm on YouTube, when I'm on TikTok, when I'm on Twitter, I start trying to look for people who are like me, or at least experience the same things that I do. And you go around, you hear stuff like astigmatism, neurodivergent people are able to unfocus their eyes, blah, blah, blah. And it's like my brain is just stacking up on these things just so that I'd feel better about the fact that I want to be, neurodivergent, or just, have an ADHD brain. But what if my brain wants to see what it wants to see? What if I'm not really sick? Or what if I don't have that? What if I'm a completely normal person who doesn't want to take accountability for the fact that I am a normal person? That's even worse. That would mean I'm one of the most terrible humans on the planet who just wants to get people to like them or feel sorry for them because they thought that they've been through something. When in reality, I haven't been through shit. I go through these harrowing experiences in my life, and I question myself, or at least I think about what exactly it really is, because I don't know if it even counts as a traumatic experience. So a person could rob me and I'd be like, it's not a big deal. There are people who will face death. It's not that crazy, being threatened at gunpoint, or just, having no idea that somebody's just basically robbing you, or just has taken your shit, and you're just like, you body that shit like, okay, some people have been through worse. I don't need to be a baby about it. And so it's so confusing, honestly. Like, I go through certain experiences, and I would normally tell myself that it's not that big of a deal. Whatever you're going through, it's not that big of a deal. So don't cry about it. So it's like I intentionally, or I willfully forget about anything that makes me feel like it's a big deal. I forget it in a way that's like in a flip of a switch. I no longer remember it at all. It's like it's just out of my head. It's gone. And then I'm just back to point zero, where I don't feel anything, I don't know anything. That's just how it is. Crazy, isn't it? That I have to pretend that anything bad that has happened to me doesn't count as bad. Because I always think it's not that big of a deal. But hey, maybe all of this is just in my head as well. Who knows? Bye.